Hey guys, this is Nettle, and I'm going to be doing something a little bit different to start off this. Obviously, we're not in-game this time, and I'm going to show you, what I'm planning on doing here is showing you how I gear. There's probably better ways to do it. If you know of another one, go ahead and let me know, post a comment, tell other people how you do it. So I'm going to give you a little background in how I gear at this point, or at least how I find items to gear. So I'm going to start off by going to the armory. And we'll log in, and you'll get to see what we got going on here. Actually, when you look at this view, it doesn't look too bad. It looks like I have a decent amount of epics, but when we get to the other view, you'll see how far behind in gear I really am. But like I said, this is sort of a beginning from 80, so you're going to get to see how I'm moving along. So in case you're not familiar with the armory, there's a lot of things that you can do here. You can search for other players, you can search for other guilds. When you find them, you can search several different categories and get a ton of information about them. You can bookmark characters and they will pop up under this little face up here, and you can, check in with other people. But in terms of gearing, one way to do this is if you hover over an item, you can click on this here and go to find an upgrade, and it will take you to a whole list of upgradable items. So there's, tons of stuff here. It'll tell you where they get them, what its relevance is, and you can get a whole bunch of numbers and whatnot. But I actually don't find this way particularly resourceful. You do get a lot of information, but there's no way to sort through this list really, so that you just kind of have to go one by one and look at them. Generally, you can look at the item level and skip quite a bit because I'm not probably going to be able to pick up anything out of TOTC 25 man yet, or ICC 10 man, so I can skip quite a bit and go, to the second page or wherever it is and find something that I probably will be able to get. But the problem is also, it's not specific to your spec either. So here we got agility and stamina. Well, that doesn't do me a whole heck of a lot of good. So I'm going to jump out of here, and I'm actually going to go to WoW Heroes. And this is already filled out, so enter what zone you're playing in, what realm, your name, click on this live search if you want it to update directly from the armory. Otherwise it'll just use the last data that it had. I recommend for the first time go ahead and check that and click on search, and it should pull up you. And okay, so like I said, now you can see how many blues I still have, how little I've actually upgraded in terms of enchants and gems. Now there is a partial reason for that. Like this blue, I'm not going to waste the time to get, nice gems to pop in here and get an enchant when I'm hoping to replace this in not the too distant future. Now these leg plates I just picked up recently. I just picked up the helm recently, so I haven't had a chance to upgrade those, but like the boots I've had for a little bit, so I have gone ahead and gotten something on that. Other information that this is going to give you, it does give you a gear score, but this gear score is not the same score that you get out of the gear score add-on. So this is not the score that people are typically looking at when you are trying to pug a group. So I don't know if this score here is really helping you out too much. One other thing that this does tell you is it gives you an approximation on what you should be able to run. So 10 man, I should be able to run Nax 10 man, Obsidian Sanctum, the Eye of Eternity easily. I should have a little bit more difficult time with Ulduar 10 man, and then once I get into like Onyxia or TOTC and ICC, these should be more difficult. Now, I have been in a lot of these different ones. I mean, I've been in an ICC 10 man, and obviously it looks pretty difficult, so we didn't go too far. It was basically just a rep run through the first portion of it. But anyway, back to gearing. So let's look at like the lowest item I've got on here. So I've still got this cloak that I've had since Grizzly Hills. I picked this up from Grizzly Adams. It's the Thick Goblin Back Protector. This item needs to be replaced, and so it's probably something that I'll start working on. Before it was the mace. I needed to replace the mace, and I'll show you that too. So the Thick Goblin Back Protector. What if you click on this little arrow right here? It's going to take you over to Wowhead. And you, basically, if you look down here, you've almost got, if I sort this by level, virtually the same list that you had on the armory, except for the difference is I can sort by all these different filters. I can sort by how uncommon it is, what actual item it is. I could sort by whatever, basically. So it gives you a much more robust way to search for the items. But generally the way that I'm finding something is, one, I look at the item level, but more importantly I look at how am I actually going to be able to obtain this item. So I can't, most of these higher level items I can't obtain yet unless somebody goes and does it, and it's not a bind on pickup, and which I think probably 99% of these are. So unless somebody can pick it up and get it for me, it's not going to happen. So I'm going to generally look for the easiest way to pick something up, and in this particular case I'm going to scroll down, get all the way, there's a Halls of Reflection normal, and it's a 219 gear, which is a significant upgrade from what that Thick Goblin Back Protector is. I can do this one all by myself. I can pug a group if I need to, but I don't have to rely on guild runs if necessary. Now if I happen to be in Ulduar and then I know, okay, well I'm in Ulduar, I should be looking for a back protector because there's 4 different ones here that are even better than the Halls of Reflection one. But these ones require a group run or pugging a bigger group, so I'm generally going to look for the easiest one. In this case it's the Halls of Reflection. So I can go over here, and then the next thing I'm going to look at here is its percent drop rate. And if it's like the low one where it's, I mean, these can get down to like 1 to 7% or something like that. So 3 to 10. This one's 15, so it's not horrible, but it definitely is going to require quite a few runs through. But you're also, getting reputation, you're getting gold. So in this particular case, that's not too big a deal for me. So this might be something that you can look for me picking up in the future. Anyway, that's a quick run through how I pick items. I'll show you actually how I get them.